we don't have a solution for them at this point
Right.
without changing that, which isn't something that's going to be done immediately. I think in all fairness, because they've been drugging along thinking that solution would come and that they're going to submit these and that we're going to try to find a way, a 90-day exit strategy from their perspective, I don't think it hurts the city in any way. And we give them a way to at least have 90 days to liquidate what they have now, no, not to purchase any other cars, at least
Okay.
to this location. That would be my opinion, and
Okay.
that's one person.
All right.
I think that,
My opinion was 6 months, but
and I wouldn't be objected to 6 months either. I really, it doesn't have a negative impact, I don't think.
I agree with Christie. I like 6 months.
Then I'll make that a threesome.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we have clear direction tomorrow on what to
Is that what
tell
the
this
consensus is? We're gonna,
applicant.
That's my consensus. I mean,
That's
You said-
3 right there, that's consensus.
Thank you for the clarity.
okay,
Ryan, did you find that?
I did. And I don't know, I mean, I've got a lot of analysis here. I don't know how much you want me to go into it.
I'd kind of like to hear it, as we,
Okay.
Well, maybe, would it be possible to get this encapsulated or summarized in a document
Yeah.
that could be
I've got it.
provided to the members of the council? I would love to see it. I'm not completely disputing your assertion on this. I'd like to have it as a document so that we all can see it and be able to digest it.
Okay, I'd be happy
Is
to
that,
do
is that,
I think
I
that'd
can
be
give you
more
the,
productive at this hour.
yeah, because it is
Yeah.
getting close to 10:15.
yeah, I can just give you the topics, and then I can get you a document.
That would be wonderful.
But the topics that I think the EUB ordinance is inconsistent with Kansas law are on, we talked about bond issuance, number 1. 2, rates, establishment of rates. 3, the eminent domain language. 4, extensions of service. 5, petty cash funds. 6, electric contracts. And 7, budget, establishment of budget. And I will say on establishment of budget, you know, I think that all the first 6 items, you can exercise home rule to get out from under, but I don't believe that's the case on budget, because the Kansas budget laws have been found to be uniformly applicable. Therefore, you cannot exercise home rule to exempt yourself from that, so.
How does McPherson handle the budget issue?
They,
My understanding is that it's part of the city budget. It's not separate.
yeah,
Maybe that
I
could
can
be
find it, but it'll take me a
encapsulated,
minute.
That'd be wonderful if you could just
And
include that.
so, and what is involved with home rule?
Charter ordinance.
right?
Is that
Allowing you to
it?
exempt yourselves, yeah.
Yeah, you, so to the extent you are taking action in your ordinance which is inconsistent or contrary to a provision of Kansas law, a non-uniform provision of Kansas law, then you expressly state and exempt yourself from that provision of Kansas law in your charter ordinance.
But we would still have to do something else to basically make it a self-operating unit, right? In other words, we're still in no man's land as far as, is it, even with the charter ordinance, would it operate as its own entity?
No, the only ability, and this is what we talked about, for it to be a truly independent BPU would be to go to the state legislature and get enabling legislation.
So,
Like the Board of Public Utilities and KCK has.
and then it would have its own, accounting, its own,
They have their own.
it's a self,
State, right.
Yeah.
It's truly an independent agency.
so a charter ordinance doesn't take us out of the extra legal situation we're in.
Now, the charter ordinance would take you out of the extra legal, I mean, the charter ordinance I would draft would fix the problems that I just talked about. Except for,
But in the-
well,
but in the
we'd
mean-
have to fix budget.
Which is an audit
But
problem.
in the meantime, anything that they do
Bond.
that doesn't fall within those, I mean, if anything they do that falls within those stipulations that you just made, they can't take any of that action, and it'd be legal.
I think that's, yes, I agree with that.
The document you're gonna provide for council members, can we make sure that the press gets a copy? Can we make sure the press gets a copy of that?
is there any possibility we could draft a cease and desist letter from the standpoint of the city with regard to prohibiting the EUV from executing certain duties? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, you could have you could have okayed the ordinance.
Yeah.
That would have been your cease and desist letter, but
No, you would have blown up the utility board. That's a different.
No, no, we wouldn't,
All right.
but that's okay.
Okay, well,
We can disagree without being disagreeable about that one.
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion Shute, second Harrison, that we adjourn. Any discussion? No? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah.